Trust me, we'll get to those, but you have to listen first. That's the trick. Now look, I've bitten into one of these and started eating it. What's inside this egg? Nothing. What does that look like, do you think? What do you think? Thinking of Easter, what do you think it looks a bit like? I know you know the answer. Let somebody else try. It's Easter time. What did Jesus do at Easter time? Did you just hear the story that we just heard? It's something that's empty. What was empty on Easter Sunday? The tomb was empty on Easter Sunday. Very good. Did you say the tomb? I heard it over here. It wasn't Jacob, was it? No? Good. Because you know that you get to have the little bunny. There's only one bunny and you get that one. See, that's what happens when you're brave. You get one chocolate bunny. I'll eat the rest of that later. I promise I won't share the ones that I've bitten into. So, we have eggs and we have bunnies, and they really have got nothing to do with the Easter story, have they? We tend to think that they do, but do you know what? Us Christians, we're very good at adopting other people's symbols and making them into our own thing. You know, the cross that I wear around my neck, that was a symbol of death and torture. And yet lots of us have them and hang them around our neck. We've taken a symbol that the Romans used to put fear into people, and where they used to go around saying, we'll put you on a cross to scare people, we now show that as a sign of hope and joy and life. So we've taken somebody else's symbol and done something of our own. We do the same with Easter eggs and Easter bunnies. Why do we have Easter eggs and Easter bunnies, do you think? Why do you think they're around at this time of the year? All right, I'll let you answer this one. Nobody else is.
Because they represent new life.
They represent new life. And why does new life important at this time of the year? Yes? What season is it? I'll give you a hint. What season is it now?
That Jesus woke up.
Yeah, he did. Jesus woke up. That's right. Absolutely. But we got 4 seasons in the year, haven't we? We've got winter and spring and summer. And what is it now? I just said it. Easter is what part of the year, though? What part of the year is just finished? We just finished winter, and it's now spring, and it's now spring, exactly. Now, in Australia, I actually have to explain this to the kids because they live in the southern hemisphere. And the southern hemisphere is the bottom, well, it depends on how you look at it, really. I always think Australia should be on the top. But that freaks people from the northern hemisphere out, so I won't freak you out too much, because it's a ball, really, isn't it? So how do you know which way's up and which way's down? What makes us down under and you guys up top? I think that it should be the other way around and Australia should be on the top. But anyway, that's a whole other ball game. In Australia right now, we've just finished summer and it's going into autumn and it's turning into spring. So Easter time, I've always got to explain the whole spring thing to them because they don't get it springtime at Easter time. But here in the Northern Hemisphere, it is coming into spring, and what's happening to all of the parks and everything? Have you seen what's happening in all the parks? What's happening there? What did you see now that wasn't there a few months ago? Flowers, yes, we're starting to have flowers, absolutely. They've planted out all the verges and all the garden beds have got flowers springing up and it looks beautiful. The birds have come back from their southern hibernation and you can hear them chirping in the mornings, and that's beautiful sound to hear the birds chirping. And this is when animals start to have their babies. We were walking back from our Good Friday service down at the lake there, and as we were walking back, we saw a swan sitting there. And Chloe said, I wonder if the swan's sitting on some eggs. And I went, I don't think so. And we had a look, and there was a pile of eggs and a nest that the swan was sitting on. And she was absolutely right. What?
My tooth was yesterday out and put it under my cushion, and then the tooth fairy and the Easter bunny.
You got the tooth fairy and the Easter bunny at the same time. Give me 5.
Yeah.
Yay!
And I become.
Money and eggs, good for you.
Yeah, and it was under my bed.
Under your bed? Wow, that's a sneaky tooth fairy. So new life is a part of springtime, isn't it? Because that's where we see the baby eggs. So that's where we get the eggs from. New life, a symbol of new life. As I said, we can take that and say, you know what? That looks like the empty tomb as well. The Easter bunny. Why do we have bunnies at springtime? What do bunnies do? What are they known well for? Breeding, having babies, baby bunnies, having lots of babies. Having lots of babies is a sign of new life. And Christians adopted all of these symbols and said, you know what? Jesus is all about new life. So what we're going to do is celebrate new life, and let's incorporate all of those things into what we do. I don't think we need to be frightened of the Easter bunny or Easter eggs and all that kind of stuff. I think we can join in and celebrate it and take those symbols over and say, we own those symbols too. They're our symbols now. The Easter bunny is only here because he's celebrating the fact that Jesus brought new life. The eggs are here because they symbolise new life, and that's what Jesus brought us. So now I want to tell us a little story. The pictures are going to be up on the screen, so I hope it's not too high for you to see the pictures up there. Are we going? We've got the first one up there. So this is the story that we just heard, but told in a rhyming way. So let me see if I can do this well. When Jesus needed help, he'd find its women first across the line. There's Mary, who is Jesus' mum. She likes to walk. She doesn't run. Mary up in Bethany, swift and strong, but did her knee. Mary, mum of James and Joe, runs in the rain and in the snow. Mrs. Clopas, she's a Mary, 100 metres legendary. The other Mary, if you like, try and beat her on your bike. Then there's Mary Magdalene, the fastest girl you've ever seen. 7 spirits weighed her down till Jesus rocked up in her town. He set her free, she joined his crew. You know that's something you can do. They race around Galilee, teaching, healing, setting free. Then Jesus says, now's the time. Jerusalem, the finish line. Some will fall, all will cry. To win this race, I must die. The road will twist, the road will bend. But when it's finished, it's not the end. Friday, it is finished. Mary cried when Jesus died. Doom and gloom outside the tomb. Saturday, Mary sat still. Sunday, Mary walked in the garden. Oh no! Run, Mary, run. Tell Peter and John they've moved the stone. Jesus is gone. Run, Mary, run. Zip and zoom. Race the boys back to the tomb. Stop, Mary, look. Woe of woes. They've taken Jesus and left his clothes. Pete looks at John. Extraordinary. We're out of here. Goodbye, Mary. Cry, Mary, cry outside the tomb. Who's that sitting in the gloom? Weeping woman, why the tears? We're listening angels. We're all ears. Dry your eyes and blow your nose. Pour out your heart between those blows. My Lord, they've taken him away. I don't know where they made him lay. Mary sighs and turns around. An earthy man, boots on the ground, big strong hands, a scar or 3, dirt under his nails, dirt on his knee. He smells of sweat, of life and soil, of flowers, trees and honest toil. Good, the gardener, thought Mary. They're down to earth, not airy-fairy. When you're down, if you're disheartened, you need a bloke who's gone and gardened. Weeping woman, tears on your cheek. Who have you lost? Who do you seek? My Lord, they've taken him away. I don't know where they made him lay. And Mary weeping, flowing tears of sorrow, hope, strength and fears. For everything disheartened her. Then, Mary, said the gardener. Teacher, teacher, you're all right. She hugged her Lord and squeezed him tight. Mary, Mary, put me down. I need my feet back on the ground. Now stretch those legs, lace up that shoe. I've got a job for you to do. Run, Mary, run. Go tell the crew the Lord's alive, strange but true. So Mary ran to tell each friend, I've seen the Lord. It's not the end. Hooray for Mary Magdalene, the fastest girl you've ever seen. Wow, what a story. Is that a good story or what? Happy ending, it rhymes. You've got people running and riding bikes. You can't go much better than that. So at Easter time, what do we celebrate on Sunday?
Jesus sacrificing himself on the cross.
What's the Sunday though? That was Friday.
The Sunday is when he rose from the dead.
He rose from the dead. And what do we call that? New life. New life? Can we all say new life?
New life.
New life. We have new life. Together again, new life.
New life.
New life, louder. You've got to do it loud enough. These people are old. They can't hear you. Really loud. New life! New life! Fantastic. Now you can all have some eggs.
I take the green one.
You can take a green one.
How many?
You're going to have one each, and then if there's any left over, we might share some with the adults. Or we might let you guys have them.
Oh, yay!
And I get to finish this one.